Namaste, dear listeners, and welcome to the Iowa channel. Astro In with Abhi, oneness in astrology and spirituality, bringing in awareness by Abhi. Got a beautiful question here today. Hi, Abhi, please can you explain the benefits of turmeric? We always talk about turmeric, the consumption of turmeric. Please can you explain from your view what turmeric is and how it can benefit us as human beings? So, we all know turmeric. Dear listeners, we all know turmeric and we all have a basic understanding of what it is. If you go on Google, you can see a whole list of things that turmeric is good for. And there are a lot of things that I also didn't realize what turmeric is good for up until I went on Google. But here I'm not going to talk about what is on Google. I'm going to talk about how turmeric has benefited me as life. I'm not going to talk about something that I am not aware of. Now, basically, if you go on Google, this is what I have picked up that turmeric is good for cancer, in the treatment of cancer. Now, I've never really had cancer, but I also know that prevention is better than cure. And I also know that turmeric is good for you because it helps prevent cancer. And here I'm talking about colon cancer, stomach, which is stomach cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer, and definitely skin cancer, pancreatic cancer. In men and women, breast and neck cancer, colon cancer, lung cancer, because um, turmeric is an anti-inflammatory. It prohibits the growth of cancer cells, meaning it suppresses the metastasis of cancer cells. It prevents the growth of cancer cells. So turmeric is a protective agent, hepatoprotective agent. The curcumin benefits the liver in various ways. Curcumin is what is found in the main ingredient that's found in turmeric. Now, it benefits the liver in various ways. Remember, the liver filter out toxins in the body, right? So, with 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 turmeric, it helps filter out toxins. Right? Turmeric is definitely a cardio protector. Your heart protects your heart from inflammation, blood vessels. In aortic. Um, no, I like to understand it like this. It also helps in the aiding of blood movement. Right? It reduces inflammation of the veins, the arteries, so blood can move more free, bringing in oxygenated cells, oxygenating cells. Now, turmeric for me personally, I seen it benefit me in the stomach, and definitely an antidepressant. I feel it's an antidepressant because if you look at depression, depression is compressed energy. Depression, it means you, as a piece of life, you're vibrating very low. Turmeric helps you to rise in frequency. When you have it, you just feel a bit more peaceful. It's because the spirit is now finding its way to rise. And it helps in the release of um, serotonin levels, the happy hormones, and it helps reduce the stress hormones of um, the stress hormones. Now, for skin, oh, I've used this so many times back in the day. Turmeric is very good for acne. Turmeric is very good for um, any kind of patches that you have, eczema, psoriasis. Now, I've used it in patches that I had on my skin. Just I cleared it away. And psoriasis, eczema, acne, and also aging. It's an anti-aging supplement. Curcumin is the active or effective anti-aging supplement due to its antioxidant, anti-inflammatory properties, and its ability to delay brain development and other age-related diseases. So, I feel turmeric is also good for the eyes. If you're drinking turmeric, the curcumin there helps protect against the degeneration of the eyes. Right? Ever since I started having turmeric, I promise you that um, I blink more or less. I'm aware of it. I don't blink as much as I used to. You know, and I generally blink when I'm transcending, when I'm doing readings or whatever. I'm actually aware of this. But I feel like now the anxiety has dropped. Digestive issues. It helps in the digestive like bloating and inflammatory bowel diseases. I've always used turmeric in the last 5 years, and I found this is the best for me when it comes to digestive disorders. You know, yeah, this might sound a bit funny, but do this. Mix take a glass of milk, put some turmeric in it. If put some honey, put some honey in it, and I promise you, if you got a headache, that will go away. Just do it. You'll see. It'll help you, right? Now, turmeric also helps in weight loss. It can facilitate weight loss because it helps the metabolic rate. It increases the metabolic rate, right? So overall, mental health. For me, I find um, turmeric when I have it. And for me, how I have it, I mix a 2 liter juice. I put some turmeric in it. It's the tablespoon. I mix a tablespoon of turmeric in it, and in 2 to 3 hours' time, I'll sip on that. It's done. So I've basically had enough turmeric to, throughout half of the day. Then the next time I'll do it is the next half of the day where I'll mix another 2 liter of juice. I'll put in a tablespoon of turmeric in it. This will pull me out through the next half of the day. Why do I mix it in juice? Because I feel I can consume it's more easily to consume over a long period of time instead of having it with water because the taste of it is not so good. Now, for me, I don't like to have a lot of turmeric at once. I like to even it out. So this is the reason why I have it this way. But do remember that turmeric has to be taken in high dosages for you to see a difference because it's not easily absorbed in the bloodstream. Remember, turmeric is not easily absorbed in the blood. You have to have a lot of it, right? And look, I stand to be corrected here, but I have. This was a very long time ago. I've done some research on this here, and I believe I have seen this somewhere. And also, I know if you have turmeric, you'll see in the beginning you'll start suffering with gas, bloatiness. It's not easily absorbed in the blood system. It sits around, it sits around. Yeah. For me, how I'm visualizing it, it actually sits around in your stomach. Therefore, it heals that area where it sits around. It's not easily absorbed in the bloodstream. So when you have a lot of it, that's when you can start to see it's starting to improve your heart, functioning of your heart. You start to get less tired. So for me, I picked up I'm not getting tired as much as I used to. And most importantly, dear listeners, I found that if you go to the gym and you're doing intense exercises, your body starts to recover, the muscles recover much more quicker. Now, you can say this is in my mind or whatever, but I promise you, this is one of the things that I've picked up. Instantaneously, turmeric in your water, high dosages of turmeric, it helps in the healing of your torn muscles, okay, or your stretched out muscles from activity in the gym. All right, so best is to do this. Have a glass of turmeric water every day. Or do what I do take a teaspoon or a tablespoon, mix it in a jug of juice, and sip on it maybe over a 2 or 3 hour period. And this will work very, very well for you. And you can do it how you want to. Some people like to have it in their food without, it gives the food a nice color. It also is used to flavor food. You can have it how you want to. But for me, personally, I'm a big lover of drinking liquids. So I feel this is much more easier for me. So thank you very, very much, dear listeners. God bless you all. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram, Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Shri Ram. God bless you all. Bye bye.